What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. In the last episode, we explored the Solaceon ruins and got our hands on the HM Defog. And now we are here in the Lost Tower, slowly making our ascent up it as we go from room to room, battling trainers, grabbing items, and it is time to use Defog again as we continue. We'll be finishing this tower in this episode, no problem, but we still have a little bit of a ways to go yet. Lots of trainers on this floor, my goodness. I'm just going to keep using Geist, although I am going to switch Era to the second position here because it looks like we have a double battle coming up, and I would like Era to get some experience. So let's do this thing. All right, so on this floor, I know there's a hidden item, and I'm pretty sure that visible item right there is a TM. So we'll want to make sure we grab that. It's actually a TM we already had, though. So it's not like a super big deal. And I love that seals are now starting to pop up all over the place just because we freaking got our first seal case. But I like it. It gives everything personality. It really makes you feel like the trainers love these Pokemon, which, I don't know. There's something about that I just love. It's super cute. There we go. Oh, and speaking of love, this Bonsai's also got a berry on it, too. A citrus berry, no less. Oh, you're going to mimic and use Shockwave? No, you're just going to learn it and never get to use it because I'm going to knock you out in one shot. Cool. Okay. There we go. Now, we're just going to be fighting a lot, trying to get experience. We're slowly climbing. I do want to mention something that I'm sure some people have been yelling at me about, or at least been thinking about, but Drifloon is extremely close to evolving, like a level and a half away. And I have not been making this like concerted effort to get it to level 28 so that I can do that like ASAP. I do want to help it along. Don't get me wrong. I do want her to get there, but I'm not actually shooting for level 28 with Era. I'm actually shooting for one level or two levels beyond that, which is level 30. And it'll make sense in a bit, but yes, technically Era will start evolving at level 28. I am going to delay that by 2 levels for one reason, and it's a very small reason. It's not like there's not a huge reason to do this, and you really don't even have to be honest. But a known quantity about wow, that was a lot of damage. Holy crap. Are you gonna knock my Era out right here? You suck. Why would you do that? Oh my gosh, really? That's what you get. Oh my goodness. Oh, freaking fine. Anyway, what I was trying to say, and I am gonna take a turn to use a revive here. What I was trying to say was, it's a known quantity that Pokemon that do not fully evolve learn moves faster. And while, yes, I could go the crazy route here and try to wait until it learns Shadow Ball, I'm not going to be that stupid. I am instead just going to wait until level 30 before I evolve it, because then it's going to learn Ominous Wind. Now, that's only 2 levels. It only expedites it by 2 levels because it'll learn that same move at level 32 as a Drifblim. But it's like, just having Astonish this entire time is not the most ideal thing in the world, and being able to have Ominous Wind right when it evolves is going to come in big handy, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna bite the bullet, and I'm just gonna do it. Stave it off for a couple of levels. It's not gonna be a huge deal anyway, given where we're going next, but we shouldn't even... I don't even think it's gonna be a problem, because it should be probably evolved by the time we get to the next gym anyway. So, there we go. Guys, it's level 25. Era gets some experience. Should have gotten more, but of course, had to get knocked out. There we go. All right, I'm going to throw some super potions on some of my Pokemon here. Probably going to use a couple of ethers, too, or at least just one. Yeah, let's use one on Geist's. Screw it. Let's use it on Blizzard. Why not? Probably not 100% necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway, so I can use it a little bit more. Let's use a super potion on you. Era will get the spotlight here again more in a minute. Don't you worry. And then let's use it on Gyoja. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is after Geist gets to level 27, I'm going to switch to Era and let her go all the way up till level 29. Okay, TM27 return. We've already talked about this TM. We got it at the beginning of the game. It was a gift to us from Professor Rowan. No need to go to further elaborate on that. All right, another double battle here. Can't remember. Oh, hold on. Don't want to look bad again. Can't embarrass myself again. Do you two have, like, a lot of previous instances of this? Because I'm starting to gather that. All right, we got Murkrow and Mischievous, the 2 Pokemon that I wish we could catch in here, but because it's not Diamond and Pearl, we cannot, and it sucks. Okay, Shockwave on the Murkrow, and then I will use Payback on the Mischievous. Hopefully, Era will go second. I don't know 100% if she will, but I'm hoping. But down goes Murkrow. I am also very aware that Drifloon is the weakest link on my team, but once we get her to evolve, it's not going to be so bad. There we go, level 27. All right, awesome. Getting there. Wants to learn Swallow. Okay, this is, I believe, where she wants to learn both Swallow and Spit Up. But because we did not learn Stockpile, I'm not going to bother. So keep old moves. And there we go. Okay, Gong out more experience. We're going to use a payback here. Trying to keep everybody a step ahead of the curve. As soon as I get Gong Gong to level 31, we're just going to rare candy it straight to level 33 and then evolve it. I promise we will do that. It's going to be a slow process, but at that point I can rip the experience share off of it and let everybody get all the experience they could possibly want. Okay, there is an item in here. Let's see. It's probably somewhere around here. Let's see. There it is. Okay, right up above. There we go. It's a great ball. Okay, I will take that. I knew it was around here somewhere. Up to the next floor we go, and this, I do believe, is the last floor. And we are going to have to use Defog in here as well. So, and I think this is actually the only place where Defog is technically required, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever, let's just do it anyway. And there we go. I love these two old ladies, too. They're very silly looking. Screw it. Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of these repels at this point anyway, so I don't care if I'm only going to take a few more steps with it. All right, let's talk to you. The fog is gone, and with it, all the doubt in my heart. This is my thanks. Don't be shy. Take it. And we get a spell tag, which is the held item that boosts ghost-type moves. That Fantina, it's hard to tell what she's thinking, but she has a compassionate heart, you know? She's a regular visitor. And then you are going to give me a cleanse tag, which is, it basically just lowers the encounter rate of Pokemon when something holds it. It's not quite a repel, but it does make them pretty rare. I don't like the cleanse tag because if it's not a guarantee, why would I even bother? I'd rather just use repels all day. So it's a thing. It's there, but it's not like super great or anything. Spell tag is definitely the more valuable of the two items. So let's get on out of here. I might actually give that spell tag to Era, if I'm being completely honest, because that would be nice to have a little bit of a boost. It's going to be a lot more relevant, though, when we actually get our hands on Ominous Wind, of course. Okay, can we get out of here without an encounter? Thank you. All right, and that pretty much concludes the Lost Tower. So now, I've already lost track of how much time we've spent on this episode, so oops. Let's just start heading north. I'm just going to go another 10 minutes and hope that doesn't make the episode too super long. So, actually, though, before I do that, what am I doing? I should hit up the Pokemon Center. So that ether was all for nothing. But you know what? That's okay, because I always have a bad habit of never using ethers or elixirs until the very end of the game anyway, so I'm not even all that worried about it. All right, let's grab ourselves some berries real quick. We got some Aspir berries with Heal Freeze, which means I never have to get an Ice Heal ever in the game ever, because how often does the Freeze status effect ever come up? So that's awesome. And then we also got a couple more over here, the Raspberry, and then I think this one's a Panap Berry, if I'm not mistaken. And then we can actually get to fighting some trainers out here. So there are technically three, but two new Pokemon that can be found on this route, two of which can only be found at nighttime, though, and the other one can only be found in the morning or during the day. It's more common in the morning, but can also be found during the day. And that Pokemon is Scyther, which is a bug and flying type Pokemon, and is actually a very good Pokemon that, for the longest, well, at least for the longest time, back in Gen 1, couldn't evolve, and yet it had incredibly good base stats for a Pokemon that couldn't evolve. It was a base stat level or total of 500, which is unusually high. Now, you can evolve this thing, giving it a metal coat and turning it into Scizor, which has the same level of base stats, I believe, but it has a different stat distribution. So Scizor is all about high attack and high defense, but lower speed. It still has pretty good special defenses, though, which is not bad. Scyther is a bit more of a glass cannon, in that it's a lot faster, and also does still hit pretty hard, although a little bit less hard, but it's got more even defense distributions. Personally, as much as Scizor is a more competitively viable Pokemon, personally, I actually like using Scyther more, because it's just high speed, high physical attack, and honestly, pretty okay defenses. And so it just kind of works as the glass cannon for me. You just have to make sure that you get it the best possible moves that you can. You do not want to just be settling for anything less than, oh gosh dang it, than things like X-Scizor or some really hard-hitting flying moves. You don't want to just be giving it like base power of 60 or anything along those lines. Those are just, it's not the best. You want to make sure that you're going all in when trying to make Scyther work, but if you do, it is a very good Pokemon. Now, the Pokemon that can only be caught at night is Hoot Hoot, and you can also get its evolved form, Noctowl, here. Hoot Hoot is, well, it was the basic flying type of Gen 2. It is more close to the Pidgey line than like the Spearow line, for instance. It's more defensive oriented. It's a little bit slower than your normal flying type, although it's not like particularly slow or anything. It's just slower. It's got some pretty interesting non-stab moves that it can get a hold of, but all in all, it's just kind of a very unimpressive flying type. I would say, go as far to say, much worse than the Staraptor line. So if you're going to get yourself a flying type, I would get one of those. The only reason I would ever pick Hoot Hoot or Noctowl over those is for its design only, which, don't get me wrong, I do love the way it looks a lot, but I also would not be going out of my way to grab one of those because, yeah, there's definitely better things you could have gotten earlier on in the game. But it is there, and it is new, and that's pretty nice. You can also still catch Chansey here. You can catch yourself these Ponyta that you're seeing, which makes sense why all the cowgirls and cowboys out here have them. And then there's also randomly Geodude out here, and I don't know why that is, but that's a thing, I suppose. There is a TM on this route that I am specifically in the market for, so I want to go and find it. It's not a great TM, but I still want to make sure I grab it before I leave, so we'll be sure to go after that. Gosh, I hate not having, like, anything to use with Era. I am going to be so happy when I get my hands on Ominous Wind. Although, Ominous Wind is not enough, because it only has 5 PP, which it's like, that's not nearly enough to use, and it's very frustrating. So it's not going to fully solve my problem, but it'll at least be a little bit of a reprieve from just having Astonish up to this point. I cannot wait until I get frickin' Shadow Ball. Okay, I don't know why I walked into the grass thinking I could do that without a Repel in action. I need to go over to that other side because I didn't actually take the bike up there, and I got to get that done. So let me run from this battle really quickly, and then we will pop that Repel. Although, are we out of the regular Repels? Yes! Okay, on to the Super Repels. Thank goodness. Where did I put those? Are they higher up in the bag? Oh, I think it's because I had like one Super Repel from earlier. So that kind of makes sense. That checks out, I suppose. All right, now we're going to go here, take the bike up and over, and it's battle time. Yeah, you can't ride the bike through the tall grass, obviously. Just wanted to clarify that, though. That's why I've been going on and off of it. Here we go. Terry and Tia. And you know what? I really should have healed Geist here, but whatever. Actually, can I hit them with a Blizzard? That'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's hit him with a Blizzard. We hit him with a... Okay, we can't do both with that, but we can use the payback on Clefairy. Hopefully this hits both of them. It looks like it's going to. So we got Pikachu for some good damage. Nice. I like the one-shot. Okay. And Clefairy for... Not enough, but it did Freezer. Ooh, good. So hopefully payback just knocks this Clefairy out. Just completely. Come on. I know Clefairy's got some pretty good defenses, but yeah, awesome. Not bad at all. Isn't that funny that in the same episode that I said the freeze status never comes up, we saw something freeze? That is the main reason to use Blizzard, is in scenarios like that. Okay. Put another one here with an item up above. I think this one right here is a Super Repel, if I'm not mistaken. But we got ourselves a Pokemon Breeder, which always has baby Pokemon, and that's not the most enjoyable thing to fight, but whatever. Oh, Geist. I think I honestly might just switch off of Geist here really soon, just because there's no reason to be using it right now, other than the fact that it's the lowest level member of the team, which I know I'm trying to keep it up, but it's so strong that it's like, does it really matter that I keep Geist relevant? Also, I love how that Elekid survived that Blizzard. That's just ridiculous. You know, I mean, in case it wasn't obvious, this Blizzard is the long con for exactly one thing at the very end of the freaking game. So, gosh, I hope I don't end up falling on my face because of this pick. I'm going to be very sad if that happens. This is a gigantic buildup for exactly one moment. Oh, I'm going to be so embarrassed if that goes wrong. I mean, not that I have any control over it. RNG is RNG, but still. It's the only reason I picked this form of Rotom. I mean, it is a little bit of extra type. I'm just so bitter about the fact that the Gen 4 doesn't have the type changes. It's so frustrating. Why? Why does it still have to be... Like, why was that not super obvious that it should change types when the form changes? It makes so much sense. But whatever. Sucks that you can't teach the TMs to Rotom anyway, but, yeah, what are you going to do? All right, Gong Gong is 3 levels away from the rare candy dump, so that's good. I know I have 3 rare candies right now, but whatever. Gonna grab ourselves another super repel, so that's cool. Let's get off this bike. And let's head over here. Are you gonna fight me? Yes, you are. Okay, another Pokemon breeder. This will probably be the last battle of the episode, because at that point we'll be past the 10 minutes I said we were going. And yep, more baby Pokemon, but at least I can use Shockwave on you instead of using Blizzard. And I really need to heal you. Geist, are you going to be able to hit level 26 after this fight? I hope so. Gosh, I hope so. So I really need to start focusing on using Era here soon. There we go. Almost. Get a little fire spin, which honestly, the residual fire is way more dangerous than the initial hit. So that's going to put Geist dangerously close. 2 more of those will knock it out, but we should be able to take this Magby out here. So that's good at least. Sorry, you will never become a Magmortar. You are dead. Almost level 26. Togepi. All right, let's swap. Let's swap. I'm going to be a good boy and swap. Over to Gyoja again. Let's just break this thing immediately. Which will give us not a lot of experience, but it'll at least be a one-shot, and then we can be done with this fight. I'm sorry, little guy. This is the most I'm sorry, little one moment of this entire playthrough. Aside from the Cleffa in the last episode. Going up the Lost Tower. I felt so bad about that. All right, down you go. And there we go. Pokemon Breeder Amber has been beaten. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. Thank you all so very much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to continue exploring the remainder of this route. There are still some things to be grabbed. In fact, I think I'm going to grab a hidden item like right here in a minute. Is it over here? There is definitely something pinging. Where is it at, though? It's somewhere in here. Something is pinging for sure, but I don't think it's not an item, though. So I honestly don't 100% know. I'll have to like freaking do some searching around and whatnot, but we still have a little bit more left to do, including this here, which is Cafe Cabin, and we'll talk about that in the next episode. Guys, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.